Once a proud industrial hub of England, Birmingham now presents a picture of neglect in certain inner-city areas that shocks both visitors and locals alike. A recent visit to one such neighborhood revealed a striking transformation marked by deteriorating urban conditions. Piles of uncollected rubbish line the streets, graffiti coats the walls of abandoned shops and buildings, and once vibrant corners now appear desolate, as if left behind in forgotten time. The streets offer no respite. Turning a single corner unveils overflowing bins, their contents spilling onto pavements littered with fast food containers, broken glass, discarded furniture, and general waste. The issue doesn't seem isolated. Across the road, another pile appears, and further down, another still. The cityscape here is marred not just by rubbish, but by a deeper sense of abandonment. Even the trees and shrubbery seem neglected, tangled with plastic bags and debris. A passerby, a local who has lived in the area for over 50 years, shares a moment of reflection. His voice carries a mixture of weariness and disbelief as he explains that rubbish collection services have faltered in recent months, leaving the community to contend with the consequences. According to him, the neighborhood has changed beyond recognition. What was once a clean, orderly environment has gradually become a patchwork of neglect. Looking around, his words ring true. The area feels as though it has been left to rot from the edges inward. Buildings that may once have hosted local businesses are now shuttered or smeared with graffiti. Empty lots are filled not with redevelopment, but with rubbish and weeds. The signs of decline are hard to ignore. From boom to breakdown, urban decay of this kind rarely has a single cause. While a breakdown in waste collection services is the most immediate issue, the roots dig deeper. Socioeconomic decline, reduced investment, overburdened municipal services, and complex demographic shifts all contribute to the state of neglect. What's visible on the surface is merely the symptom. The man's comment that everything has changed speaks to more than just overflowing bins. It hints at a broader transformation, one that encompasses shifts in population, infrastructure, community ties, and the very soul of the neighborhood. For longtime residents, watching this transformation unfold can be heartbreaking. Meanwhile, safety remains a concern. The streets, already struggling with cleanliness, also carry an atmosphere of unease. In a previous visit to another city, a passerby reportedly responded aggressively to being filmed, illustrating the heightened tension that can exist in struggling urban environments. Even filming this neighborhood prompted a local driver to stop and question the intent, although the exchange remained cordial. Still, despite the disarray, the scene is not without humanity. A man sweeping up rubbish by a storefront shows a glimmer of hope, an indication that not all is lost. Some residents still care deeply about their environment. They do what they can in the absence of systemic support, try and preserve a sense of dignity among the decay. Birmingham is a city with rich cultural history, economic importance, and a resilient community spirit. Yet, areas like this serve as a stark reminder of how quickly urban spaces can slip through the cracks. The situation here is not simply about rubbish. It's about what happens when city systems break down, when communities are overlooked, and when urban renewal passes by those who need it most. There's no easy fix. Addressing the visible signs of neglect requires more than just restoring bin collections. As the visit wraps up, the impression left is lasting. The smell of waste, the sight of graffiti-covered walls, the conversations with locals, all contribute to a sobering picture of decline. Inside the collapse of community in the UK, a short walk down this neglected street paints a striking picture of urban decay. Litter clings to the pavement like an unwelcome guest, discarded cans and wrappers forming a patchwork of abandonment. The state of the area feels more than just untidy. It's symptomatic of something deeper. Rubbish is strewn across the ground, piles of it in doorways and against walls, a physical sign that maintenance and pride have long since moved on. Just along the road, 3 security guards stand outside a Barclays bank. Their presence is jarring. Why would a bank in a relatively average part of England need such heavy protection? It quietly suggests a neighborhood where tension simmers beneath the surface, where the threat of disturbance is high enough to warrant an obvious show of force. For a country that often prides itself on law and order, this snapshot tells a different story. Every few steps reveal more waste, more signs of neglect. Bottles lie smashed in alleyways. Food containers tossed carelessly aside. There's a small gathering spot where it seems people stop to drink and loiter. Perhaps it once served as a communal area. Now, it's worn down, dirty, and forgotten. The atmosphere is thick with a sense of disregard. The streets don't just look bad, they feel hollow, as if community spirit has evaporated. The shocking decay of Britain's streets. It's striking how quickly the sense of personal space evaporates. 2. A passerby confronts a scene, agitated by the presence of a camera. It becomes a tense exchange, reflective of the mistrust that sometimes grows in places where disconnection and frustration are part of everyday life. His question is pointed. Are you going to clean this all up? A challenge, perhaps, masked in sarcasm or maybe desperation. The implication being, if you see the mess, what are you going to do about it? But the bigger question hangs in the air. Why aren't people cleaning up after themselves? Why has it come to this? Many still hold on to the image of the UK as a tidy, well-ordered nation. Well-kept gardens, neat high streets, the classic British postcard. But snapshots like these defy that idea. These scenes don't lie. They expose a truth many might prefer to ignore, that in many areas, upkeep has vanished and with it, a sense of collective responsibility. It's not just the public spaces that have deteriorated. Private properties, businesses, shop fronts, all seem touched by the same carelessness. Front gardens grow wild. Windows stay grimy. Signage fades. No one seems to sweep their doorway, repaint their facade, or clear the alleyway out back. The neglect isn't new. It's layered, accumulated. This level of degradation doesn't happen overnight. Whether it's been a week, a month, or even a year, this kind of decline speaks of long-term erosion, not just of cleanliness, but of community. This isn't a war zone, it's England. There's a strange unease that comes with filming in places like this. Some people are uncomfortable being seen, others confrontational. It becomes clear why. No one wants to be judged to feel exposed, especially not in areas that already feel defensive. Documenting decay, even for honest reasons, can stir discomfort in those who live it daily. The line between observation and intrusion can feel thin when the surroundings already feel under threat. But the rubbish remains. Scattered plastic bags dancing in the wind. Greasy wrappers flattened underfoot. Bottle caps crunching with every step. It's more than untidiness. It's symbolic of something that's broken. It reflects a detachment from the environment and a resignation to worsening standards. At some point, many here may have simply stopped caring. Or perhaps, worse, they've never seen any reason to start. Some cities shine, others wear their scars openly. In parts of Birmingham and the surrounding West Midlands, those scars are deep. They tell a story not just of poverty or council neglect, but of social fatigue. People exhausted by the grind, uncertain of what change might even look like. The infrastructure holds, but the spirit? That's more fragile. These streets aren't just dirty, they're weary. And behind the piles of waste and scuffed storefronts is a quiet call for something to shift. Whether that comes from policy, people, or both remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. No area gets as bad unless something has been lost for a long time.